So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Planets Through Ascendant video of the week. And today we're going to be covering our video of Moon in the 7th house, the sign of Taurus for Scorpio Ascendant. As in, what happens when Moon is in the 7th house in Taurus, where it's exalted, while it rules the 9th house with the sign of Cancer. And also, after the 10th degree, rules the sign of Taurus. Especially so if your Moon is in a degree beyond 10th degree in any ascendant, in any sign, it'll also give us effect of that sign of Taurus. And as always, if you do not know if you have this particular placement, what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in, all the astrological details for that, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, consultations, and link to my academy, Magha Vedic Astrology Academy, where I'm currently teaching planets through nakshatras, along with ascendant through nakshatras, and along with all the other details, which you will find at this new website of KRS Astrology. So anyway, let's not waste time and let's start with this particular video. So this particular placement of the Moon, as I said, that this is a placement which is known as the exalted position of the Moon. And here you will see when people think Moon is exalted, meaning that it's going to be at its purest state. That's not so. Meaning what Moon is capable of doing, what Moon is capable of representing in the astral world of astrology and deities, it's at its finest and its highest. And Moon, in especially Parashara astrology, although in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that out of the luminaries, I'm the sun in the daytime, and in the nighttime, I'm the moon. But in Parashara Hora Shastra, it clearly shows that Chandra belongs to Krishna. And Krishna was known to cheat in Mahabharata to gain advantage over the Kauravas, because he was fighting for the Pandavas. And if you do not know this Indian mythology, you can get excerpts of it on Google. But Moon representing this energy at its highest state shows that a person will have affairs, will cheat, will have capacity to trick someone into doing things that they didn't want to, trick someone into seducing. Seduction becomes very, very good here with Moon. Like, a person doesn't even have to seduce someone for a romantic relationship. It could be for a business relationship. They know how to capture your attention, make you lust after them, so they can get whatever they want. And once they have that power of seduction, then the game is over. There's nothing else after that. Like, you will find, and I've actually done readings of people who love to be around other men, who love to attain all the women around them. But once they have it, that sexual passion doesn't exceed beyond a certain limit. So here Moon is willing to chase and stalk its prey because they want that attention. This is a very earthy sign. And Moon is the significator of wealth and earthly things. Why? Because Moon is at the heart of all the earth-based nakshatras. And because of this, Moon always will represent attainment of the earthly energy. And this is why such people, when they get into a relationship, they feel like they possess the other person, they own the other person. The other person has no independence. It's their law, it's their way, and they become extremely political. You think Moon will be very soft, will be just all about, beauty, arts, creativity. But you will see the sign of Taurus, Leo, and Aquarius are the most political signs. They love being part of politics. being part of social reform, being part of playing the games. Even actually, when I would say cancer as well. And usually a person always desires to get married early. And usually they can if you have Venus in the good position and the seventh house of the birth chart is receiving the aspect of benefic planets only, you will see these people get married at 18, 19, 20. And especially due to the rulership of the ninth house shows this person's bhagya uday happens after marriage. And through father, they get the perfect spouse for themselves. See, if you have this particular placement, and let's say you have yogas for getting an arranged marriage, like even in the West, there's yogas for arranged marriage. Like people think, oh, what is this Eastern world of arranged marriages and all that? And they don't realize, subliminally, they are being arranged marriage because they will be introduced by their friend, cousin, or their, colleague to someone that, hey, let me introduce you to this person. See that person? I think you should get to know them. And they're like, oh, yeah, I fall in love and I'm married. But you don't realize you were arranged to meet this person. Like, for example, blind dates. And one thing you will notice when Rahu is with the moon in the seventh house, in any ascendant, a person will usually at least once will go on a blind date. And it's very easy to figure out why. And you should let your father actually, if you're going to do arranged marriage, have your father choose the spouse for you. Because your father will pick the best spouse that will bring the most luck in your life. I don't care even if it's a stepfather. I don't even care if your father doesn't like you or you don't like your father. If he ever suggests that, you should, I have a friend, her daughter or her son, might be a good match for you. Don't ignore it. Pay attention to it. Say, okay, who is this person? Let me see them. And usually when father picks somebody for you, they will be either extremely beautiful or they may not be just average looking, but they're just going to have this magnetic aura about them. Like, for example, you take Shah Rukh Khan, the Indian Bollywood actor, and you take someone like Hrithik Roshan. Shah Rukh Khan has this very average Joe look. Hrithik Roshan has the supermodel look. Yet who's the biggest attraction of all is Shah Rukh Khan. Because of the fact it's his charisma, it's his magnetic force that attracts. So this is the type of individual you get. So even if you think that this person is not good looking, if you met that person, you'll be like, my God, you are good. You are perfect. And one thing you will also notice is that after marriage, one can have some addiction issues. One could one starts drinking a lot. One starts smoking a lot. One starts gambling a lot. Usually you will see after marriage, this person will do a lot of sports betting. And they love betting on auctions. When they win an auction, this person, they love it because they feel like they have conquered the other person. Why? Because seventh house is the house of other person. The mind is in the seventh house. Mind is all about how do I conquer everything and anything about the other person. So if someone else has an item to give, they're like, what would it take for me to get this item versus everybody else around me? And one of the other things you will see, if you want to experience romance, most definitely, this is the moon that will get the spouse who's going to be the most romantic. Now, this person may be romantic, but they'll be more about that seduction. Because there's a saying between there's a seductor and then there's a courtesan. There's a wife and then there's a courtesan back in the days. And the king or whomever was actually in love with the courtesan versus the wife. And so this person can have that mentality. They can. I'm not saying everybody will, because you obviously have to see the conjunction and aspects upon this moon. But I mean, they're pretty much very good with, seduction, very good with business, negotiating things, excellent with negotiations. Their charm will just give them whatever number they want. And such people do very well in business, actually, and especially partnership. And if you were to do partnership with your father, even better. Okay. So anyway, guys, this was my analysis of moon in the seventh house of your birth chart, and or for Scorpio Sun. And if you're new to my channel, subscribe below and make sure to hit the bell button so you don't miss any videos that I make. Like everybody missed my video of Jupiter Saturn transit, where I showed exactly what was going to happen within a month in the US, and it's happening. And I might even make the eclipse video probably this weekend. Yeah, that's get ready for that particular analysis. Yeah. So anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.